Ah, the 90s, a time when the internet was just a glimmer in Al Gore's eye. Frosted tips were all the rage, and the most popular comedy films involved bodily fluids and talking animals. So let's take a look back at the top 10 grossing comedy films of the 90s in the US and see what made them so damn funny. Number 10. The Waterboy, 1998. Adam Sandler stars as Bobby Busha, a dim-witted waterboy for a college football team who discovers he has a talent for tackling. This movie was a smash hit thanks to Sandler's hilarious antics and the classic line, "You can do it." Number 9. City Slickers, 1991. Billy Crystal, Daniel Stern, and Bruno Kirby star as three friends who embark on a cattle drive in the Wild West. This movie taught us all valuable lessons, such as the difference between a cow and a bull, and that the meaning of life can be found in a curly quote. Number 8. Home Alone, 1990. Macaulay Culkin stars as Kevin McAllister, a young boy who is accidentally left behind when his family goes on vacation for Christmas. This movie was a holiday classic and showed us that booby traps and paint cans can be a child's best defense against burglars. Number 7. Liar Liar, 1997. Jim Carrey stars as Fletcher Reed, a lawyer who is unable to lie for 24 hours thanks to his son's birthday wish. This movie had us in stitches as Carrey's character struggles to navigate life without his trusty lying skills. Number 6. Dumb and Dumber, 1994. Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels star as Lloyd and Harry, two dim-witted friends who embark on a road trip to return a briefcase to its rightful owner. This movie showed us that fart jokes and toilet humor never get old. Number 5. The Nutty Professor, 1996. Eddie Murphy stars as Professor Sherman Klump, a brilliant scientist who transforms into his alter ego, Buddy Love, after taking a serum. This movie had us laughing out loud at Murphy's physical comedy and outrageous characters. Number 4. Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993. Robin Williams stars as a divorced father who disguises himself as a British nanny in order to spend time with his children. This movie showed us that a man in drag can be hilarious and heartwarming at the same time. Number 3. Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, 1997. Mike Myers stars as Austin Powers, a 60s-era spy who is cryogenically frozen and revived in the 90s to battle his arch-nemesis, Dr. Evil. This movie had us quoting lines like, "Yeah, baby," and "Do I make you horny?" Number 2. The Addams Family, 1991. Angelica Houston, Raul Julia, and Christina Ricci star in this adaptation of the classic TV show about a creepy, kooky, mysterious, and spooky family. This movie showed us that just because you're different, doesn't mean you can't be hilarious. And finally, the number 1 grossing comedy film of the 90s in the US was Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992. Macaulay Culkin returns as Kevin McAllister, who gets separated from his family and finds himself in New York City. This movie had us laughing at Kevin's new booby traps and wondering how he managed to survive on his own in the Big Bad Apple. Member berries.